Today I'm reviewing Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now, if you're one of these early adopters that started playing when it was in early access, like I did, many of you have stopped playing by now, and some of you will be wondering what features are in the game now and what features are going to be coming in the future, because they're constantly adding new stuff to it. The next patch, the 1.8 patch, has got a ton more of new features that this version I'm reviewing doesn't have, and it's currently in beta, so there's going to be even more, including armour, cutscenes, things like that. So this review will probably be out of date rather quickly, but it gives you an idea of kind of the gameplay that you're going to be facing. Now, in this game, you start out as just a warrior running around, right, trying to build up a force and get rich. You've got a choice. You can be a bandit, you could just be an independent mercenary, you could sign up for a king and become a vassal, you could try and become a king and rule your own kingdom. This is the scope of the game. My character's over here at the moment with so many men, and he's right next to this town here that's currently being besieged by a separate army. Now, I'm not in that army, so I can't really get involved. But that town rebelled against their lord, and these are their lords trying to take it back. So you can see there's quite a lot of stuff going on. Now, if we go to a town that isn't currently being attacked, and just head down here, you've got villages as well, by the way. In fact, let's go to a village. Right here, you can buy goods. As you can see, lots of different items here. You can recruit troops. Now, that depends on your reputation. Your reputation rises by helping the villagers. If you help the villagers by taking out, say, bandit camps, then you get better troops and better prices and everything else. You see, these would require me to have higher reputation to get those. But basically, that's the same troop as that, but you do get higher ranked troops there occasionally. Anyway, you've also got industry around. Like this here is a wood yard. It sells wood, which is used for crafting, making weapons. So you can trade by going to the villages, then going to a town and selling stuff. Like if we go to trade here, right, see all the goods. This is all the items you can buy and sell. Lots of swords and stuff. That's just in this town. And we go to where with food and other supplies. This is the food and stuff. Armies need food, so you've got to carry it. Like I need more food for my army, so I'll buy some meat. We'll okay that. Job's a good one. You can go to the tavern, hire people up here. If I talk to them, they might be available to hire. Then I'd have to go to trade and equip them with armour, like I've done here. Basically, you buy it and then you drag and drop it into locations. You've got horses, you've got horse armour, various sets of armour, various weapons. If I was to just find a mace, here it would compare my mace to that mace. You can see the stats and how it changes. You see that one there means I've got a better one, but that one there says the thrust damage is better. But who wants thrust damage on a mace? You get the idea. We've also got tournaments, arena. There's a tournament on now. We're going to place a bet. Okay. Now we're going to join. Oops, outnumbered. It's not going to last long, is it? They took quite a bit out of me then. There we go. I usually do a bit better than that, but I was outnumbered considerably right at the beginning. Have I qualified for the next? I have. I guess I killed enough men to actually make it to the next one, so that's alright. So we'll join that again. Oh, I've got a bow this time. Bit harder to win with a bow, unless you can kill it and nick his sword. This is what I'm going to do. Right. You can use your shield to block arrows. There we go, one again. You can do these for favour of various maidens in the game. So there's a Ladies Night Out quest, which say get to round 3, which would be now for me, and then you rise in favour. You can later marry these same noble women if they're liking, if you are famous enough. Yeah. So they're all linked up. This is just one aspect of the gameplay. I'm going to place my final bet. It's me and this other guy, and I've got an axe, and what's he got? He's got an axe, so it's even then. Secret here is to keep moving. There you go. I win the tournament. Isn't that good? Now I got 6 renowned. I've got a horse. Don't know what type of horse that is, but you get special prizes when you win tournaments and 2,000 gold. There it is right there. Well, it's got more hit points. It's not as fast, but it's more manoeuvrable. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the one I've got. Anyhow, the keep. Here you've got all the lords and the ladies in there. And the ones with little symbols on it have quests. That's the ladies' night out. Like if I'd taken that one and then done the thing, I could have won and gained her favour. But you can talk to these, find out information, introduce yourself. Right. But I don't actually want to do that, so we're not going to do anything there. I'll just leave. You could walk around the town. Now these, they're adding new towns to the game all the time. 1.8's added a few more to some of these towns because they want every town to be unique. And when it first came out, they tended to use the same town a few times in a few places. But you end up fighting in these streets of these towns and on the battlements up there. But anyhow, these are the towns. This is the kind of detail you see in the towns. Everybody's in here. I think is it F or Alt? Yeah, there you go. Alt. It shows you where everything is. So you press the Alt key and it reveals all the shops, people of importance, that kind of thing. Right at the top you've got the castle and the lord and the dungeons. And you can escape dungeons and break people out of dungeons as well. Right, we're going to leave this town. We're not even going to bother with the smithy in. That's another aspect of the game. We're going to leave this town. We're just going to run around until we find a battle worthy of our force. Okay, we're going to gallop across here then, back to where the war's going on. But it is an RPG. This is my character. These are the stats for my character. I think this means my character isn't going to go up anymore in that unless I put some points into it. But these are all my people in my faction. If I go to here, this is my faction. They're my parties, and that's my caravans. I don't own any thieves because I didn't join any lords because I'm intending to be my own king, and I'm currently clan tier 4, heading for 5. Right, so but these are the workshops I've got, which all earn me money. And down here in the corner, you can see how much everything's earning me or losing me. Currently, because there's a war on, I'm losing quite a lot to wages for forces, which is the problem with this game. That's the balancing act you face right there. I usually reduce it to just like 300 gold maximum per army when there's not a war on. And my understanding is the developers want that to be the case from now on. They don't want standing armies. They'd rather force people to reduce their forces in between wars. There we go, we got something here. Right, one of my children or nieces or nephews has got a promotion here, so what should we go for? Should we go for reduced fuel consumption and decrease wages, garrison wages, or workshop owned by you, 20% increase in production? Do siege engines built faster. So you can die in this one, you see. Your troops can die. I don't know what happens if you do. My guess is one of your younger siblings would take over and you'd play them. That's my guess. It's not happened to me yet. But as you see, there's lots of towns. But we're heading now to some places we're at war with. You've got to be a bit careful, right? Like I found, I've got all these looters here. I find if you just go up to a space like that and you besiege the castle, I'll pause it there for a second because you need to be able to see all approaches. And we're going to get it to build a tower and a battering ram I'm not going to actually attack this, although it looks like it's even Stevens, not on men, but on the men of higher quality. But if we do a couple of these, right, and then we start it rolling, it will attract the troops of whoever's defending. They'll start to come to defend it. What we don't want is a large force to arrive. That would be bad, because that would wipe me out. But if I wait here long enough, there's one right there. Oh, look at that. They've made peace. They're cowards. I guess they're afraid of me. But that means we're no longer at war, so there's no thing. But I couldn't have got that one anyway. But I was going to attack him the second he turned up. And there's another one, you see. And since we're at peace now, we're not likely to see a full army. So, unfortunately, we missed out there. But you can also do, if you could also do quick battles like this, just send the troops. You don't need to actually fight. Actually, I will take the prisoners. If you're facing lots of cavalry, you want pikemen. That's my men moving around. They're the same colour as these yellows because I'm currently working as a mercenary for the for this side here. Now he's going to be fighting in the woods. Let's see if we get a woods map. Right, now we'll attack. And use some strategies here just to demonstrate the game. First of all, you could look around, right? Place your men on a hill, but there is no hill, so we can't do that. So what we'll do instead is, I'm in charge of the horseback, so I'll put my other guy, him, in charge of the infantry. Now, click on ready. Everybody to follow me. Just get them to a point where we can overlook the battlefield. There we go. That's not too bad. Here. That's where we want, right here. Right, now, oh, there they are, look. Put them there. Bowman here. And I think I'll put my horse archers there at the side. In fact, no, I'll get them to harass them. I'm going to move this guy out of the way, all these out of the way, because we don't want the cavalry taking on the looters, because the looters, quite frankly, don't stand a chance against the cavalry. Keep the arrows back. There we go. That's our infantry going in. Since we're already there, I'll just get them to charge in. Yeah, they will defend themselves. The green's name splashing by Marsad making kills. Now set the cavalry to go and hunt down the ones running away. That's assuming I want to hunt them down. Right. And again, we've got some renown. More prisoners. One of our guys there got a bit wounded a few times, but he was the one in charge of the infantry, so no surprise there. Right, we upgrade our men. This is why it says my relative strength is higher than some armies, because my troops are better trained. In fact, there's so many bandits around here, we should find a bandit camp. I don't want anything. I'll take the olives though. We go back here. Now, when you've got your troops and things like that, you go to the tavern, ransom prisoners. You can also choose who you want to ransom prisoners to. You can sell off your loot here as well. But I didn't collect any loot because I didn't want it because it was all low value. But here we've got another arena. It says your leaderboards. You get to practice there if you want as well. Go to the keep. Let's go look around the Lord's Hall. This is the hall. You fight in the hall. When you take a major city, the final battle is in this hall here. Usually find important characters waiting around the outside. In this case it's all empty, so there's nothing here to talk about. Anyway, the game is consisted of several kings. This is a kingdom, that purple's a kingdom, the light purple's a kingdom, the blue's a kingdom, the green's a kingdom, and they don't seem to be doing so well, right? But they're fairly high up. The red's a kingdom, right? And they're all fighting each other. This bit in the middle is the Imperials. The ones around the outside tend to be the non-Imperials. I've got the Dragon Banner. If I look here, I've got to decide what I want to do with it. I've got nearly 600 days to go before I've got to make a decision in that area. So, but once I do, I'm probably going to become king. I'm going to take on some stuff and try and build up my own kingdom. Problem I've got is it's very hard to get started unless you're fully loaded, have lots of friends. So what we do, we go around, we just keep an eye out for people in keeps that have missions for us, because they're the lords. They're the ones that will join you and serve you later. Like this symbol there means there's missions to go in there. There's also one here, look. It's not what I wanted to click on, is it? There he is. Right. There's a problem. What's he got a problem with? Alright, it's rent. So we'll do that mission then. Alright, I'll collect it. Now, these will all be marked, right? It's going to be that colour. So, where is it? There we go. So we'll head over here and do his rents for him. That means we just collect rent. Ones with a white circle. Should be 3 of them in all. Collects revenue. We wait. Something will happen at some point. Right. There we go. We've exempted the poorer households. Now we'll continue collecting the rent. Just slightly less rent, that's all. Now we leave. Now we go to the next one, which is over here. And the other one's in the other direction, so that's alright. You do get lots of different quests. This is just one of them. Some of them need food, some need men, some need horses. There's another one there, look. We're at war, I'll be attacking them now. Usually individually. Okay, now we go over this way to this place and collect the final one. Then we just have to return to the Lord with his money. So we're getting less money now, look. Okay, now we'll leave. Now we should have collected all the revenue. So we need to find the guy. I think he's just walked past us. Here we go. There we go. I knew I was missing something. Which is up here. I knew he was heading in that direction. Is he besieging this? He might be. Let's just go and check, shall we? There he is. There he is. There we go. And it goes up by 10 with him. Now, trading's another thing you can do. So what we're going to do, we're going to go someplace. I'll show you a bit of trading. Right? We've got a lot of bandits around here now. My little army thing should be around here, mopping up. So we'll reduce the unlimited wages, get that down to 300. Get that down to 300. That'll make it more profitable for me. Get that down to 300. Yeah. Now it should cost me less to have them armies. There's one of my guys. Right, okay, so we're going to go to trade. Now you see that mule, 600 mules at 26 gold. That's good, we're going to take that. That's not bad either. Desert horses, that's quite good. It's always good to have desert horses and high ranking horses, because you use them when you're promoting men. You know, these guys, because they need better horses sometimes, and if you haven't got one you can't do the promotion. So it's good to have them. It also means you travel faster on the map if you have good quality horses. But now we're going to go down here now. We're going to sell off most of the horses we got. It's going slow now because we've got an awful lot of horses. Well, horses, mules. We don't need 600, do we? We only need about 50. So we'll get rid of all that but 50. 38,000, nearly 39,000 on that. Desert horses, we don't need that many desert horses. Just keep about 20. 60 something thousand now, you see. We sell that and we've got 2 points in trade. You see? So now we're going to do the bandit. This happens on a night, so we wait until nightfall. Attack. Now we get to choose the troops. I'm just going to leave it on default. I'm going to get all of our men to follow me. And I'm just going to use the mace. Now, if you do attacking on foot, your athletics goes up. Right, every time you attack something. If you do it on horseback, your riding goes up every time you attack something. And it's important to get your athletics up so you can run around at speed. So if you don't run around at speed, forces will catch up to you and they will basically slaughter you. So you need to be able to outrun the enemy in situations like I'm in right now. They can not only get away from you that way because you can outrun them, but you can outrun them and get away from them should you need to. And you keep moving. My guys are all the way back there. Usually I'd let them take over by now, but they're being lazy. What's it done down here? I'll let them. Can't see anything because I've got the sun shining in my eyes. Alright, let's turn them blue, shall we? So your strength bar, the tan and the yellow, pale yellow, is the relative strengths. Me versus them. I'm the darker yellow. Or darker tan. There's usually a guy down there. Yep, I'll take him on while they take these on. Where are you going? See, my athletics has gone up there. It's now at 100. That is also a skill. You might notice I'm slightly faster than my own troops. Now this should be the last of it, then we get to take on the Warlord. It's kind of a boss type situation. I've got a bit of damage there. Now we see he's got quite a lot of men. Right, we could make this easy on ourselves by taking them on personally, but due to the damage I've got, I think I'm going to just let the guys outside. Don't fight duels with big guns. That's what I mean. And what I'm doing instead is I'm running on the side here. There we go. And we won. I usually get quite a bit of loot from doing these. So my athletics is now 101. See what we've got. Now we've got some more men here, peasants. Yeah, let's top our men up here to the limit. Take the rest prisoners and promote those that need promoting. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now it's the sequel, well it's a sequel to Mount & Blade 1 and Warbands, which was also a very good game. Became Game of the Year in 2010 on the Engineering Guild site simply because of word of mouth and people loved it. This is the same game again, only a much more in-depth and more, just deeper everything basically. and they're constantly adding features to it. So it's well worth it. It is currently one of my favourite games, and it's been out a while, but it's worth reviewing, even though it's been out a few years, because quite frankly, it's a lot different today than it was, back when it first came out, and it was missing a few things. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. See you the next one.